episode 176. I had Oz in the studio and we rambled on about all types of shit, really. I don't know, some of it got pretty deep. I actually don't remember what a lot of it was. I'm just doing the edit now. We did talk about his move from Baghdad to Melbourne, but that wasn't the focal point. Yeah, it was a bit of a all-around sort of chat. Yeah, hit it up. Like, share, follow, subscribe, all the usual shit. I should have another animation getting released in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, if you can think of anyone that should come down, have a chat, hit me up. You know where to get us. Otherwise, enjoy.
There are improvement works ahead, so this train will terminate at the next station.
Fake news, folks. Fake news. Oh, it's so sick.
Are you Muslim?
He should have been slapped as a child. He's a spoiled little Greek brat who's probably been treated like a prince.
You want the vape as well?
I burn everything I...
Yeah,
Why?
I like it.
Look, I can see why it gets addictive.
I like it. Like, regardless
no,
with it.
hang on.
Like, I'm not like, oh, I'm addicted to it and I can't stop.
Yeah,
like, I'm like,
no.
right.
I like it is the excuse everyone gives when they're addicted to something.
Well, yeah, no.
I can stop whatever I want.
No, that's fine. Yeah, like, yes. Like, sure, the addiction's there, just like any other addictive thing, but it's not like, oh man, like, yeah, I would like to get off it. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the okay.
Like, okay,
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I'll tell you why I started.
Hang on. All right, hang on. Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
A little bit,
What's a little bit?
like once a week.
Deck a day.
Nah, like
a little bit compared to what other wogs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a small habit.
It's once
$400 a week.
Once a week, I would say. Sometimes I would have like once a day, and that's like a lot. I'll have
As in
like
one dart a day.
Yeah. So I used to be really into Shisha.
Of course you did.
I still am, but
Yeah.
I just don't have it that often. Like, it's probably like once a year kind of thing.
Once a year.
Yeah,
What?
I sort
Even
of,
I smoke more than that.
yeah, look,
I don't smoke.
for like 3 years when I first discovered it, it was just like a daily thing. Mates coming over all the time, we're hanging out, it was the best.
Hang on, wait. When did you first discover it?
Like, when I was maybe 15, 16, 17 kind of thing.
Wait, when you mean discovered, do you mean
Tried it for the first time.
Got the resources to use it? You mean?
No. Discovered it 16-ish, right?
You're Iraqi.
And yeah, but we didn't
What?
we don't have it at home. My dad doesn't like it because he
it's
like
not I'm not hitting stereotypes.
No,
'cause
hit him,
I'm
hit him.
Greek. Like, it's part of the...
hit him.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's part of the makeup. Like, my parents don't smoke, but I
Yeah.
knew what a nargileh was. Like,
Yeah. So like my Lebanese friend from Macca's,
it's always a lebo.
and
You're blaming the Lebanese.
I was having a rough time. I was like breaking up with my chick. I was like 16 and like emo and shit.
First vice you nail. Blame it on the Lebanese
And I was
guy.
I was like pissed off. I was at work.
And then I burnt down my neighbour's car.
Yeah,
It did 5
yeah.
years, but I blame the lebo.
It's the Lebo. Yeah, he definitely did it. He told me he did it. But like, he was like,
told
don't worry
me.
about it, man.
He told me he did it.
He was like, don't worry about it, man. You finish at 10, yeah? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I finish at 1. Just hang around. Tell your mum. Like, I'll call your mum. He was a bit older than me. He's like 23. And I was like 16. He's like, I'll call your mum. He's like, hey mum, my name is Abdul. You know, I work with your son. He's a lovely boy. You know how Arabs talk?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll drop him off later. Is that cool? And she's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, no worries. So I hung around at Macca's just like until he finished. And then we went back to like his friend's place, who his friend wasn't there. He just went to the shed and
Straight to the
shed. So they had like a bit of a hangout.
We all had one of those mates with a shed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And eventually I became the mate with the shed. But we just sat down, we talked through it, you know, I was like, you know, just, you know, and in the background, you know, he had a Khalil Ma'moon Shisha with the cannon, with the iced compartment and all that. And I was like, this is sick. And I didn't actually get my own until I was like maybe 2 years later, like when I was 18. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get my own. And it just went from there. And eventually, if someone wants to look this up, Fumo is the best shisha you've ever seen and does not look like a shisha. It's full glass. 100% glass. Everything is glass except for the tube. And even the tip of the tube can be glass if you want, or stainless. And it's the cleanest, nicest thing. I got it after years of having shisha, and it was the best shisha I've ever had. But from that point on, I was actually having shisha less and less and less and less over time. So now it just sits there as display for whenever someone's over and they're like, I would love a shisha. And I'm like, get ready for the best shisha of your life. But otherwise, I don't have it myself that often.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. But I discovered vapes in 2013.
They've been around that long.
They have, but they were very...
I don't remember them that long.
They were very basic, and there were sticks you can buy on eBay. They're just like sticks, like, you know...
Little cylindrical...
Yeah.
I don't remember them that long
Just
ago.
little tubes.
I remember them in like 2018, 2017, because there was a guy that I used to work with that was making them. Like making the refill shit.
Yeah, okay.
And he got everyone hooked.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. So this is before they were refillable. This is before they had nicotine. So it was just the flavor. I searched up on eBay, portable shisha, because I really wanted to have shisha at school.
just picturing like an actual, you're there like in the backpack.
I was like, man,
like a super soaker just walking around. Like
I'm
a fireman.
I'm willing to do anything at this point. I'm having shisha every day and I would love to have it at school, right? That's the thought behind it. And I find these sticks and I'm like, perfect. So I buy like a 5-pack for like $30.
Wait, you mean school? What school?
Dandy High. I was in year 12. That's right. So
I didn't know you went to Dandy High.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Why is that relevant?
Well, it's just the narrative just now makes a bit more sense.
Yes. My best friends and I rocked up to school and I said, I've got something special today. And it was literally, it looked like, you know, like when you buy coloring pencils?
Yeah. Those little packs.
Yeah. So it looks like that, but like instead it's just 5 tubes of different colors. The strawberry was the best. And and we had those and it's never been the same. I'm like, this is the future, right?
17 years old, walks in a Danny High with smokable shit.
Yes.
This is the future.
And no one knew what it was. No one knew. Teachers had no idea. Students had no idea. They didn't know what to do with it. So when a teacher would walk into a corridor after lunchtime and just smell strawberry in the air and see a faint mist, they had no clue what was going on because we gapped it.
This is 2013, you say?
This is 2013.
That's so weird because there would have been no precedented, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was without precedent. No one knew what to do with it.
Yeah.
There's no protocol on.
They had no idea. They didn't even know the technology existed.
I'm just thinking, Matt, because I'm a bit older than you are. I'm just thinking about how much different shit has come into play into school since, say, I was at school to now.
Yeah.
That they've written laws up now for shit. Switchblades,
They weren't ready.
Dude, I was in year 8 and everyone could buy switchblades at like the local $2 shop.
No shit.
Proper butterfly knives, man. And we all got into like trying to do the tricks. You know what I mean?
I never played with one, but I know what you mean.
Like, I had a mate that was full, like, just, you know, and it was impressive.
That is, yeah.
But it was a fucking knife.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, dude, since then you got like smartphones. You've got, we had mobiles. Everyone sort of got a mobile when I was in year 10 and 11. Right? So you're looking at 2000. 99, 2000 was sort of the blending.
Damn, you guys were fancy kids.
That was the start. And we were all like wogs, so we're getting them cheap.
Yeah.
You know, from randoms.
Sure.
But everyone had to deal with people now texting in class, which wasn't a thing before that. Mm-hmm. So that, you know, they went from that to like outlawing phones altogether.
Or like minute ringtones that would go on.
Yeah. And then you had parents saying, I can't get a hold of my kid now, you know. It's like, well, you couldn't get a hold of him yesterday. Just do what you did normally.
What changed?
Yeah. And then it's just that whole thing. Anyway, sorry, I cut you off.
No. It's exactly right. It's the dynamic now, like, because I've got nephews and a niece that, like, niece just finished year 12. I've got a nephew that's still in high school, and like, man, it's like, it's alien. I don't recognize it. It's a different world.
You graduated just over a decade after I did. So it's not, it's like a window, like, you know what I mean?
I reckon yours to mine is closer than mine to now, if that makes sense. like how things were, because the technology just accelerated.
Okay, do you ever remember a time without internet?
Yeah, but only because I grew up in Iraq.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Cool.
Yeah.
How old were you when you came here?
10.
Only because you came. What else do you remember without? You know what I mean? Like,
Electricity?
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Water?
like, basic functions
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you went without.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, and phones too, like obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
CDs,
Yeah. But,
floppy disks. I remember seeing a floppy disk for the first time here, 2006, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then USBs were already out.
did you come to like Iraq in Melbourne after you left Iraq in Iraq? Floppy disks in 2006.
So I didn't know that we've moved on to that point. I didn't even see floppy disks in Iraq.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And I
But
saw them here.
Where did you see a floppy disk in 2006?
I bought one because my dad was like, we had a computer at home that had a floppy disk receiver thing,
Yeah.
and I needed to do an assignment. And I was like, Dad, I need to like take this to school. And he's like, well, you'll need a floppy disk. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So we went and bought some, and I had to use like 7 of them just to put like 5 photos, and and it was
I'm
like,
surprised you found one in 2006.
but they were still around because I think they were like, most people were trying to get rid of them, so they were just everywhere.
Okay.
It was really easy to get. They were cheap. But yeah, like
How old were you when you came here?
10, 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, I just turned 10 too.
That's weird because like you would have been coming of age. Like you're starting to blossom in Iraq. Whereabouts in Iraq are you from?
Baghdad.
Actual Baghdad.
Yeah.
Shit.
So it was better than it could have been because Baghdad was a bit more like, it wasn't exactly the battleground.
No.
Yeah. So it wasn't like bad.
Yeah.
It was better.
By 2006, it was better. It's not like Baghdad 92 or 91.
Yeah, well, I wasn't born. That's
what I'm saying.
I was born in 95.
Yeah.
Christmas.
No
And-
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Yeah, Christmas Day. Which isn't on my papers because my dad changed it. Because he wanted to delay me going to military when I was 18 by a year. He just wanted to buy me that extra year and pushed me 6 days ahead to 96, first to the first.
Oh, okay. When you mean delay, like as in he pushed your date of birth into the next year.
Because they go by years and brackets, so they basically put all the 95s together.
Yeah.
And then they'll put all the 96s together.
How did
he do it?
Yeah, I mean...
It's Iraq, man.
Well, I'm pleading ignorance here.
No. It's a fair question, but it's Iraq, so like you can just kind of pay someone $20 and...
Okay, but it's not like he has to self-declare. You still were born in a hospital, right?
Yeah.
Not a manger or something.
Yeah, but you can pay someone to...
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Dude, the same in Greece. You could pay someone to do whatever you want.
Yeah, I imagine. Sure.
Well, what I'm saying is you weren't born like...
I was born on Christmas Day.
Yeah, you weren't born on the side of the highway and then it was up to your old man to declare your birthday. You were born in a hospital and he just happened to give the guy a $5 behind the counter.
Look, I don't know where he gave someone a $5. It could have been a week later. It could have been a year later. I don't know. It just happened at some point. And my birth certificate says 1st of the 1st, 96.
So you know you were born on the 25th.
Yeah, as far as I'm as far as I'm told, you know. So yeah, and because I was,
life is a lie.
my whole life is
You're
just
actually
one.
Swedish.
I'm just
You
like,
were born- Do you know what I mean? Dark.
that would be
dark
cool.
features,
That'd be
beard.
cool.
You know,
I turned
uncanny.
30. Realize I'm Swedish.
You're actually Swedish.
That's cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. It wouldn't be like, yeah, I don't know. My life's been weird.
Okay, hang on.
Definitely.
So, wait a second. We're still on the vape.
Yeah, so
Because you went from vaping to floppy disks to Iraq and the manger went on the 25th.
so I was like, this is new tech. This is the future. I can carry my shisha in my pocket now, right? And that's how I saw it. And I saw a vision of the future of it being like even better. And you know, and
were you smoking cigarettes at that time?
No.
Okay.
No, I was strictly shisha. I did not actually have a cigarette until I was maybe 19.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. It was okay. I liked the nicotine hit, but I didn't enjoy the taste. So I started going to this shop in Frankston. They're the only licensed tobacconist in Victoria now. Everyone else has either shut down or lost their license. They can import-export independently.
Oh.
So they get their own stuff from Denmark and UK.
Denmark, huh?
In USA.
There's affiliation to the northern,
Yeah, a little bit.
the northern Europeans.
I was like,
maybe it is Swedish.
Actually, the Danish stuff does taste the best.
See,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe we're Swedish. Who
So
knows?
I would get all these like connoisseur, like real, like fancy tobacco that was like, you know how rolly tobacco is dry?
Yeah, well, even when you do the wog thing and buy clumps of it, you still dry it out before you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This stuff was like semi-dry, where it was like not wet, but it was just that nice consistency. It burns nice, has a nice flavor to it. You can buy different flavors, or you can just buy plain, and even the plain is so much nicer than just like a standard thing you buy.
So hang on. So we've jumped from.
So I enjoyed that for a while.
So you were vaping.
Yeah.
And then,
No, I wasn't vaping. I just...
Oh, you finished.
I had the vape, and I was like, this is cool, but I'm going to revisit this at a later date, because the tech is not there yet, but I can see the vision for the future.
At 17, you could see the vision for vaping.
And I was like, I'm going to just park this aside.
All right.
Continued with Shisha as normal.
And you started smoking aromatic
smoking.
ciggies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specialty kind of like rollies, whatever, and I would get like OCB papers, which are like super thin and they don't taste like paper. So I got really into that, but like I wasn't smoking that often. I was probably having like, it was more like a social thing. People would come over. I had this back room in the shed that I'd set up with lava lamps and whatever.
Okay, wait a second.
You know a little bit about it.
Heard it. Yeah, I've actually wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So you'd moved out of home by this point?
No.
Or this was at the family home?
Yes.
And you just set up shop in the garage?
It was just me and my mum at the time.
And there's back in the garage, there's just a...
Yeah, so there's a shed, and at the back of the shed, there's a door. You open that door, and it's a smaller storage
So
room.
there's a room within a room?
Yeah. Well, it's a room outside of a room. It's between the actual shed and the house, the brick house, right? So you open this door, and you're suddenly... One wall is tin, another wall's tin, and then brick and brick. You're in a corner of the actual house, in between where... Like, it should be outside.
Oh, so you mean... Okay, so...
It's outside the shed.
It's bridged...
Yeah.
It's a bridging area between the shed and the back door of
That's
the house.
right, yeah.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
We rebuilt it because it was all rusted
That's
over.
standard, yeah, I get it.
And then it was a 2x4.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
it.
I got that.
Like, it's tiny.
Smaller than...
Tiny, smaller
Yeah,
than this.
way smaller.
A little longer, but it's definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So we had lava lamps and a TV and a sound system and a little coffee table, a couch, and that's it. Maybe, I think I had a chair in there as well. And we just sit there, chit-chat, have a vape. If someone wants to smoke, they can smoke a ciggy, and it's fine. We're outside, technically. And we're away from the house, no noise, whatever. And, so when I got into the ciggies, the fancy ciggies at least, I would have them there. Someone comes over. If they smoked, I'd be like, do you want to try one of these? And we'd just sit there and have one or two or
But
three.
you didn't smoke during the day or whatever?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just enjoyed it, but I never found myself doing it out of habit. And still did shisha pretty regularly. And then slowly I stopped smoking because vapes caught up in tech. And I got a refillable one and all that. And I was basically just vapes and shisha. And then slowly shisha, I was like, you know what? It's like an old school song that you love so much that you don't want to listen to it too many times. Do you know what I mean? You ever have those songs?
You want to savor it.
You have those songs where you're like, I love this song. This is probably my favorite song, but I'm going to listen to it maybe once a decade. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, there's some...
I heard it on my 21st. I heard it at my wedding.
Yeah.
And then I heard it at my funeral.
Yeah. You like...
Favorite song ever.
Yeah, you see the name of it on your whatever.
Yeah.
And you just go, fuck, I love that song, but I can't listen to it.
It's actually weird, dude, because like, on paper, my favorite song became Curtis Mayfield, Move On Up. Right? The one Kanye West sampled for Touch the Sky.
How does that go? What's the name again?
Kanye West. Kanye West. Curtis Mayfield.
Curtis Mayfield.
Play the start of it.
How old are you?
I go back a long time, my friend, a long, long time. I've been around, mate. I've been around. Hang on.
Curtis Mayfield.
Fuck you, dude. It's like, I haven't seen you in like 3 months. Let's not be nice. Yeah, like, how old are you, man? Thanks, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Kanye West sampled it.
He did. What song did he sample it
Touch
for?
the Sky.
Oh, yeah, Touch the Sky.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've heard the original.
Right? So this was my favourite song. All right? I love Curtis Mayfield. Don't have his extensive catalogue.
Me neither, but I do like this.
Yeah. So, now. All right, so this was my favourite song. I had it as a ringtone, right? And I just looped the chorus or whatever.
Yeah.
I made my own mix of it. And every time the phone would ring, I'd start dancing. Like, literally, I loved it. It always put me in a good mood, right? Then I just got burnt out because I just kept hearing it. And then my phone was always on silent anyway because I started doing more recording things and I'd be at work where I couldn't use my phone, so my phone would always be on silent. And then I don't like being antisocial, so social media takes off. And I got sick of hearing the phone vibrate and ring, so it was always on silent. So then I went from listening to this every 2 seconds of the day to not hearing it ever.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And
How do you feel listening to it now?
I was just going to say, it was probably about maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago. I don't know. It was in between me coming back from Europe and then me going to Bali last year.
Yeah.
So in between July, August, and December.
Yeah.
And it just popped up, like in my car. Like my iPod's got like 200 to 2,500 songs on it. And I've just been putting it on shuffle, mixed the whole thing, yeah? And it popped up, and I went, my ears pricked up, and I went to skip it, and I went, no.
Let it play.
I'm going to hear this one. And it's like the full mix, which goes to like 8 minutes, and I listened to the whole fucking
8
thing.
minutes?
Yeah, the full original demo or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Full album version.
Long
So
song.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And I heard it, and it actually, it gives you a vibe, like gives you nostalgia,
Yeah.
puts you in a happy place, whatever it is.
And you love it so much that you know you can't ruin it for yourself, but you still
That's just you thrash
savor
something,
it. Yeah, you still savor
There's certain things you can savor, certain things you can't.
Yeah.
Like let me ask you, what's your favorite food to eat? Let's say,
Favourite food.
let's just say, hang on, wait. Let's not even say favorite food, right?
Ice cream.
I could eat ice cream any time of day, man.
I could commit suicide eating ice cream. Like it's not good.
More.
Yeah.
More.
More.
What do you mean? There's no more. No.
Yeah.
Forget ice cream, right?
Sorry.
Let's just say, pick a food you thrash that you physically could eat. You're coming out of a club.
Chicken wings. I
Chicken
don't know.
wings, right?
Yeah.
Health repercussions aside, could you eat chicken wings every day for every meal?
Like, am I forced? Like, I can't eat anything else?
No.
That's it?
It's there.
Oh, okay.
And you have access to it 24/7. You leave right now. You leave the studio right now. Right? It's, what time is it? 6:30 or something? You go outside, you look at your phone, and it's like, let's see, call my mate, call my missus, call the chicken wing guy. And he's here in 4 minutes with a bucket of chicken wings. Would you
sell it like that, man? What the fuck?
I'll tell you why. So I got a mate of mine, was it last year or it was last year or the year before. A mate of mine moved to Greece, right? And he was going to do it like indefinitely. Like it was going to move there. Right?
Okay.
And I remember, we were meant to catch up when I went last year. There was a group of us. And I'd asked one of our mutual friends, I said, man, what's he been eating there? Like, I bet he's been thrashing like sous every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, and my mate said to me about this other friend in Greece. He goes, dude, I had the same idea as well. I thought maybe he'd be smashing it too. But he'd be sick of it, you know? And the guy was like, nah, you can't. He goes, you eat them for like 4 days straight, and then you think I'll have a day off. But by the end of the day, you're actually craving a Suvo. Like if someone offered you one or you went past, you're walking home and you went past a Suvo joint, it's like, you're going to have one. Like,
That's true.
Dude, when I was in Athens, on my last day in Athens, I went and had a Suvo. On the way home, it was like a 10-minute walk to the hotel. I turned around. Some tourists stopped me and asked me where there was a Suvo joint. Right, they were from Canada, and it was their last day or whatever. And they thought maybe they'll have some before they go to the airport. So I pointed them in the right direction. Then I turned around and followed him.
It's racial profiling.
Why?
They looked at you like, oh, he'll know.
Yeah. Well, I had one in my hand.
Even though you don't live there.
No. I stunk of garlic, and they just assumed. No, but legit, dude. I literally turned around and went back to the Suvo joint. They started laughing when they saw me walk in the door. Yeah. Like, really? Okay, okay. Well, you put the idea in my head. It was a long walk, so I figured, fuck it. Like, I shouldn't get hungry on the way home.
Surely.
If you told me right now to go buy a Suvo from down the road, I'd go get one. Just because.
Yeah, well,
Just because.
is that your chicken wings? I guess no.
Fried chicken. Fuck me.
What's
I
your?
would- okay, dude. All right. All right. This is how
Sat back in his
gluttonous
seat.
and sloth-like I am. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta just pull the shirt up so my gut actually hangs out. Like, oh, let me tell you something about food, mate. You got no idea. Right. Heavy breathing. I did. Don't look at me now, but like a decade ago, I was young and actually fit, right? And a bunch of my mates got the idea to go
You're
do
a strapping young lad.
fuck off, dickhead. You got like a decade on you. It's just can't bend over to tie my shoes. I wear loafers every day. You know, I'm at that age, dude. I'm not doing the Crocs. There's no fucking way.
Yep.
But yeah,
Me neither. Good.
I can't, man. I can't. They're the most
Fuck 'em.
disgusting footwear. They shouldn't. They don't qualify as footwear as far as I'm concerned.
They just serve no purpose.
No, they're disgusting.
Because they got holes in them. It makes no sense. Swear fucking slides, man. That's what I do. Actually, I'll go anywhere with slides.
Of course you will.
Yeah.
You're a Rocky.
Yeah.
It was
I've got some sick Yamaha slides, man.
I bought KFC slides back from Bali.
Poor.
Yeah, man. The Colonel's face. Do you know how gangster they look, man? I'm serious.
Shit.
All right, now. So, yeah, it was 2012, and a bunch of my mates decided to go do Tough Mudder, you know, the obstacle courses. I think they're probably a bit before your time.
Yeah.
They were massive. In 2011, 2012, 2013, everyone was on
I
fitness.
do know of them, yeah.
Right, so now everyone clambers into, like, the latest gym that opens up like it's a nightclub, right?
Yeah, everyone gets gastro from it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Back then, it was Tough Mudder, the Spartan race. There's a bunch
race,
of them,
yeah.
right? Big thing. Big thing. So we go to do it. Mm-hmm. And, what's the fucking point of this?
Sorry.
I was getting somewhere with this. Oh, yeah, okay. So after it's done, it was, I think, either one of my mates' birthdays just after it, or maybe he just volunteered his place. But a lot of the boys, except for me, they were all on, like, regiments, right? One was, like, an ex-cop. One guy was, like, a PT. The other guy, like, the ex-cop was like a training in MMA. Like, they all went hard on the fitness element of in prep to Tough Mudder.
Yep.
All right? Like, gyms. Food, like everything. They were starving themselves. I didn't because I'm an idiot.
Just rocked up.
Yeah, literally, man.
Yep.
I've got a photo of us
Just
drinking,
ate.
I've got a photo of us drinking scotch at 1 a.m. in bed. You know, it was so bad. But yeah, so I've turned up, and then we had like an after party, you know, back in Melbourne once it was done. This was down in Phillip Island, right?
Yeah.
And we all get there and we get the genius idea to do the Centurion. You ever done the Centurion?
No, I've heard of it.
100
What
beers
is
and
it?
100 beer shots in 100 minutes.
Oh, shit. No, that's not what I heard. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a different thing.
Yeah. Centurion's 100 beer shots in 100 minutes. It's,
Beer shots?
yeah. So you think of a shot, but you're taking it every minute, you got to scull it, right?
So how many milliliters is that? How many liters?
I remember we estimated.
It's like 25 mil
we
each?
guesstimated it, like, which, depending on the shot you use and all that, it works
That's
out to
2.5
like,
liters.
It's like, 9 stubbies or something in an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when people hear, like, shots, it's only beer, what's the big deal?
yeah.
I'm like,
It's 2.5 liters
Could
in an
you
hour.
drink 10 beers in an hour?
I could definitely
In an
drink
hour and a half,
2.5 liters of water an hour.
Yeah, but
Easy.
you'd feel bloated as shit.
Yeah.
You'd
but
feel-
beer is a whole...
Exactly. You add the carbs, you add all the other shit, right?
It inflates in
And
you.
it's alcohol.
Yeah.
So when people hear the beer, it's like, oh, big deal. It's like, yeah, but you wouldn't drink 10 beers in an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. You'd have maybe 3 beers per hour.
What beer are you doing it with?
Well, that was the other thing. So we didn't know, right? We just set it up.
VB.
That's not even the crux of the story. Doing it now, I would go for like a dry or like a low carb or something,
Sure,
right? I
yeah.
can't remember what we were using, but we had a crowd, we had timekeepers. It was insane.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
How many people doing this?
Well, the Tough Mudder crew was like, 7, 8 of us.
Yeah.
But it was part of a bigger thing because there was like a birthday or something going on as well. So it was like a full house party.
Yeah.
Full of like Greeks, Armenians, and like randoms. You know what I mean?
Yep.
In Mulgrave, actually.
I love Armenians.
Yeah.
Shout out to any Armenians. Hard people.
Yes, they are.
Don't come after me.
You're fucked. So, dude, the premise of the whole party was that everyone had cut their diet. Like by that point, we did Tough Mudder, we completed it. So we
Yeah.
all rocked up wearing our singlets that we got, our headbands and shit that we got from the thing. Mm-hmm. Like we completed Tough Mudder. and everyone's breaking their fast, everyone's breaking their diet, and we're all going hard on booze. And we were meant to bring, like, the filthiest shit to eat, like the stuff we've neglected, the stuff we've sacrificed, all that.
Yeah.
I turned up with a bucket of popcorn chicken. Yeah? A bucket. It's like a family feast bucket like that you'd get, but I got the kid at KFC.
Yeah.
I'm like, fill that bucket with popcorn chicken. And he didn't know how to do it. He was like, I can't charge you for that. Okay, man, I'll give you an idea. Grab a popcorn chicken, a large, fill it with chicken, then pour it in the bucket, then get another one, refill it, and do that until it fills up, and then tell me how many you put in.
Could he not compute that?
No. I got a photo of him doing it because he looked completely like a deer in the headlights. Because I had another mate with me.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him like, is this kid for real? Like,
yeah.
And then what he couldn't do.
But he did it.
He did.
He did.
But he looked troubled the entire time.
Yeah. Like he's a hostage situation.
Yeah. I've got the photo.
Money in the bag.
I will use it as the slide for this episode.
Yes, please.
All right? I'm telling you, I've got it at home. But the thing that killed me was that he was filling the cup, pouring it in, then throwing the cup out, getting another cup, and then...
What?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe cross-contamination policies? I don't know. Maybe you couldn't refill the same paper cup.
Oh, it's like that bullshit at like bars where they're not allowed to refill in the same glass. I still don't get that.
Cooties.
No, it's your cup. Give me more of what I just had in my own cup. More. Especially like when you're like a few pints and you're like, just put it right here. It's already pre-marinated. The lime's already got its zest out. Come on, man. Don't give me some new shit.
So that's what I took to that party, man. And I ate it before the Centurion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, like how much of it did you eat?
The bucket.
The whole thing?
I stopped eating it when it got cold, which was like the last inch, on the bottom.
I thought you were taking a bucket so that you can share with people.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck 'em. You don't need them in your life.
I may have offered a few bites to a few randoms, but no, man. No, that was my bucket.
Sick. So how'd you go?
Me? Yeah. I was one of two standing at the end.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did it.
And the only reason it stopped, I chucked.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Look,
surely.
Doing the Centurion, there were rules, yeah?
As soon as the grease hits.
You had to respect physics. So there's no way you can take that much alcohol, liquid, in your body without expecting it to come up, right? Especially if you've been eating. You know, it's power drinking, man, but we didn't go in with empty stomachs. We went in with, like, full of food.
Yeah.
You got to expect that you're going to throw up. You got to expect that you're going to get drunk, right? Because you're going to drink, 10 beers in an hour and a half.
Even if you throw up, it's going to get absorbed, like a little bit of it at least.
No one's that kind of mountain man where it's not going to affect him, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to have to accept the fact that you're going to take a piss at some point, right? Mm-hmm. And if you left and the timer, like you got 10 seconds or something between shots.
Oh, yep.
So if you left, it was 10 seconds, I think, or 20? Like we set a timer. And if you didn't even make it back in time, then you have to do like double shots.
Wait, you said 100 shots in 100 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean you have a minute between each one?
Something like that. Like I can't remember, man. This was like 12 years ago.
Sure.
I remember we altered a few of the rules as we went because it just was too inconvenient, but it was too much of a hassle. Like we said, all right,
were you waiting around for too long in the first few? Were you just like, all right, now what?
Yeah, well, the first one's happened and everyone's just laughing along.
Yeah.
When he gets to 20 shots, that's when you start seeing, like, you start separating the men from the boys. Do you know what I mean?
I would definitely have quit very early.
It was the funniest shit.
I can't do beer at all.
And then, it was me and this big Armenian kid who'd been drinking all day anyway, and we got to like 85 or 90 or something, and he was already drunk, like, going in. And I was getting there, and I said, I'm happy. And like, we were just both, dude, everyone had surrounded us. Yeah. And I'm just looking at him and I'm like, I'm happy to take a knee, man. If you're, I'm happy with our effort.
Whenever you want.
We're the only ones. And he just went, and he gave me like a hug. I'm like,
and that egged you on for another 10.
Yeah. Just destroyed him. No, but legit. My point is that KFC bucket.
Yeah.
I could eat KFC popcorn every day.
Really?
All day.
Yeah, look, I feel the same way about.
I can feel my arteries clogging right now as I say it, but I'm just saying, there's certain foods.
I can't believe you picked KFC.
Because it's
popcorn
disgusting.
Chicken.
It's covered in MSG and salt and fat.
I love MSG.
It's so addictive. The addictive properties of it.
They're fat though. Like the KFC fat is not. It's not animal fat. It's vegetable fat.
Yeah,
and it makes me throw up every time.
Oh, good.
so I don't have it anymore. I just kept having it, and I'm like, why would I keep throwing up? And I was like,
I must test this theory at least 1,000 times.
Yeah, like, and it's definitely down to the fact that the fat that they use is vegetable fat, and
but that says the same about any takeaway joint you go to. If their fat has been sitting in the grease trap for like a month, and it's dirty fat,
it's going to make you throw up.
It's going to make you sick, man. When you go to restaurants, or like, not even restaurants, when you go to takeaways mostly, you can, as soon as you have like fried battered fish or chips or whatever, you can feel it hit your stomach. You're like, this doesn't taste right.
It doesn't feel as bad as KFC though. I feel like
KFC's just filthy, man.
I feel like KFC's extra filthy, but it never used to be like that. Maybe I was just a little bit more tolerant towards it.
I take my word for it. As you get older, things start falling apart, man.
Yeah. No, I avoid it, and I'm not missing it. Like, I'm okay to never have it again, because I found a couple of joints that do KFC style fried chicken.
Korean.
Fuck those. Koreans don't know how to do chicken, man. Dude, they just douse it with sugar. It's bullshit. It's not.
There's a Korean fried chicken joint around the corner from my house.
What's it called?
I actually don't know. There's a KFC.
Is it an independent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not Gami chicken.
No. This is an independent. I saw an ad for that today. I was trying to figure out what it said.
Advertising?
Yeah, on the side of a bus.
Oh.
It said winner, nene dinner or something. I kept reading it over and over again because nene.
Hack.
It didn't make sense to me. The fuck's nene? Because I had no idea. Yeah, but this Korean joint, dude.
Yeah.
The chicken tastes nice, but whatever it is will send my stomach to shit every single time I eat it. Doesn't matter. No sauces, no nothing, no sides.
Really?
Makes me sick every time.
Mama's barbecue chicken in Endeavour Hills. Best fried chicken I've ever had.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me sick. It comes out juicy. They actually do use a KFC machine. It says KFC on it.
I was going to say,
They bought it. They are Lebo. They bought it off a KFC that's shutting down or something.
Of course they did.
And it's the best. It's the best. And the oil they use, do you know what they use to fry it? Beef tallow. They actually use proper animal fat to fry it. And you'd think it would come out just disgusting. But no, it doesn't penetrate. It's so thick, and it fries in it. It comes out crisp and dry, and it's perfect.
There's so many elements to frying chicken, man. I think that if you fuck up any of it, it's going to be questionable. Like, you got the crumbing of the bread, you know, like the flour you used, all the MSG and other herbs and spices.
I take it you don't like MSG?
Well, yeah, you're not meant to have it.
It's just salt. It's just monoglutamate sodium.
Yeah, I know what it is, but I'm just saying.
Oh, sorry, monosodium glutamate.
Yeah, you're not meant to have it though, man. Like, I mean, it already exists in foods.
We're meant to have sodium. Monoglutamate sodium? Maybe not.
In proportion, man. Like,
yeah, you're not supposed
to
just have spoonfuls of it.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's like salt.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And as you get older, dude, your body is literally. Do you know what your body's like as you get older? It's like a fucking. It's like a vintage car. A car that's over 20 years old. You might love the fucking thing.
But the oil filter doesn't work that well.
Good memories. You know what I mean? A lot of good memories. Served you well. Right?
Yeah.
Love to take it for a spin on your own time.
Yeah, I take it myself.
But if you don't service this fucking thing every couple thousand kilometers, if you don't use premium fuel, if you run it all day, it's going to be dead and won't kick over the next morning.
100%. No, definitely. I think that's it makes sense too. Like, how could you expect nothing lasts
forever
for 80 years? How do you expect a person not to fall
Unless
apart?
you're Greek.
Unless you're Greek.
And you smoke 100 darts
143 and smoking darts.
Still eating soup.
Sitting at Melissa's.
Yeah, man.
Talking shit.
They're machines, man.
Yeah.
They're fucking machines. I don't know how.
I applaud them, man.
But how? Don't tell me it's not like stress-free lifestyles, because bullshit.
It's not. It's genetic. It's genetic. It's definitely in there.
Every Greek guy.
Not the men, though. Not the men. The men drop off. The women.
The men want to die.
The men want to die, and then they do. And, they've been granted their wish. But then the women, they don't want to die. They don't want to go anywhere. No. And they don't. They They just stay.
They want to make
every day.
They want to live to see the fruits of their husband's labor, and they want to make everyone else miserable as well.
There's a parallel with Arab women, actually.
Of course there is, dude.
But they don't live as long. The
Arab
Greek women are different. Yeah. Well, Arab women, they'll live to 80, maybe 90. Normal. They don't just keep going. and at 80, they're not like... They're not awake. They're like
already out of it.
They're on their way out for the most part. It's pretty. If you see an 80-year-old Arab lady that's like still with it, that's like you go, oh wow, like they exist,
really,
but it's not the norm. It's like
I'll be honest, dude. Like when I was in Greece last year, I saw a lot of my like relatives and stuff who are like in their advanced years.
Yeah,
all the women were firing, man.
Oh yeah,
most of the men were gone. But the women were firing.
Yeah,
still like,
maybe that's why the men are gone.
Yeah,
they got the fuck out of it.
They're still fucking angry, still fiery, still opinionated,
still angry. That's the thing, right? Like they're still angry.
You can't ask a Greek not to be angry, man. It doesn't happen.
Is it like an enjoyable thing? Is it fun to be angry?
I've said this multiple times, dude. We created democracy just to give ourselves a platform to argue. All right, when people say Italians are the best like debaters and arguers, I'm like, they've never been to Greece, man. Like lightweights.
Sure.
Right? Greeks are fucked. They'll argue over anything. They'll argue over how much. Dude, I could invite you to my house, and if you bring too many sweets and too much alcohol, I'll say, "What are you doing?" Like that's an insult. You're bringing all this shit, and you'd be like, "Dude, I brought it so we can enjoy."
Yeah,
like it's your son's birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
You come to my house, you bring all this. You know, like. What do you insinuate? You're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, Arabs can be like that too, but maybe not as aggressive about it. They'll be real passive aggressive about it. Everyone will know that you brought a bag of pistachios and that's it. You know?
It had to be pistachios.
I mean, I'm just speaking from experience.
You turned up with a bag of pistachios.
I did.
What do you mean?
I went to my cousin's.
I'm picturing the Safeway bag.
I went to visit my cousin at my auntie's house who just gave birth like a month before that. And I was like expecting to just have like a family thing, you know, just me, the wife, her mum, her son, you know, who we all get along. You know, I thought we were just going to have so I just brought a bag of pistachios just for us to snack on while we chit chat. And Ali, like my wife, brought a cake, just like a lemon cake, because that's just what white people know. and I rock up, and it's a whole thing. I rocked up, and it's a whole thing, and they've got shitloads of people there. I have no idea who's who, and people bringing like bags, like, you know, like gift bags. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Did the Messiah just get born? What? And I just handed her this Coles shopping bag. It's got like a bag of pistachios.
The receipt's still in there.
I think I even had like a mini box of Maltesers, you know? And I was like, here you go. And she's like, oh, thank you. And so I'm just speaking from experience. How did I get here? Fuck. How did I get here?
A bag of pistachios.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so you rock up to a Greek's house, no matter what you bring, they're going to scold you for it.
They'll scold you because it's like you shouldn't have. It'll either be on like you shouldn't have, you're wasting money, there's no need. You know, why are you doing this? And then, or the other way, like, what are you insinuating? Blah,
so
blah,
you're saying the reason doesn't matter. It's the attitude. Never. It's
very rare. If it falls within whatever they deem to be appropriate, then it's very well reciprocated. But it's like paying for the bill.
Yeah.
All right. Do you argue with relatives in a restaurant when it comes to paying for the bill?
I don't anymore. I've changed. I've gotten lazier and also stingier as I've gotten older, and I've decided I'm going to pay if they don't say anything. Yeah. But as soon as they say I'll pay, I don't argue.
It's not so bad with like my mates, right? Like our generation.
Yeah. But my mates is fine. It's like, hey man, I got this easy.
Yeah. It'll be like like someone will get up, you know, to take a piss or whatever. It's like, oh, I covered it. It's like, why? You're a dickhead.
Yeah.
Take a 20. No. Yeah. It's like, oh, well, the next time you're not paying, right?
Yeah. I got it next time.
I caught up with my footy group that I go watch the footy with. We caught up to have dinner before I think it was just after New Year's or something. I can't remember when it was.
Yeah.
And one of the blokes picked up the whole bill and we cracked it. I said, this is fucked. Okay, you can't pay for all of us. And he said, he goes, give me your t-shirt, right? So I got him a t-shirt printed, like made up. One of my ones, right?
Yeah, nice.
I said, all right, I'll get you a t-shirt.
That's
right?
nice, yeah.
But when we watched the first round of footy, he went to pay again. And I said, get fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not paying for shit. Okay, you paid last time, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
And it became like a little fisticuffs. Like, but I remember being a kid, and dude, of all the memories you should have of your childhood, you know what I mean? Like,
only the traumatic ones stay.
Dude, when I asked someone...
It's not true, but yeah, it's got some hint.
No, there's definitely truth to it, dude. I try to think about... Someone had asked me, because, like, do you eat out much? As in not...
What am I eating out?
Hang on. I don't mean you sneaking away from the office to buy, like, noodle box or something, because...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about, like, with mates, going to, like, a restaurant or a tavern or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah? How many times a month would you go? Is it a month thing or a weekly thing?
I would say it's like an average of once a week, maybe.
Right?
Yeah, maybe less.
Our generation typically will go for at least one meal a week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think it's mostly because, like, I mean, Uber Eats was never a thing when we were kids, right? Uber Eats became a thing about, 7, 8 years ago?
Yeah, barely, yeah.
It hasn't been a decade yet.
No,
right?
I don't think so.
When I left Noble, it was the start of 2020, and Uber Eats hadn't reached Noble Park yet. So think of it like that.
Yep.
Menu log was a thing, but not Uber Eats.
Yeah, I remember using Eat Now, which was it turned into Menulog.
Yeah.
That was 2014.
So think of it like that. When I was a kid, you'd watch Seinfeld and stuff, and they're always ordering Chinese food or whatever to come to the building. And I'm like, man, I wish I could do that. Like, we only had pizza coming to the house, and that was it.
Yeah, because the shop's at the bottom of the building.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, it feels like we're ordering out a lot more because it's probably more efficient.
Yep.
It's more tied into our expenses, right? Eating out, back when I was a kid, we didn't do it every week, man. We did it like we would now. You don't even think about it sort of thing now. Now it's like, get a call from your mate. It's like, hey, man, you want to get a bite? Yeah, fuck it. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, done. Where am I meeting at?
I try not to order anything to home anymore.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in probably close to a year.
I look at my Uber Eats account.
Too expensive.
It is.
It's a rip-off.
When it adds up,
and
add it up.
The restaurant doesn't even get...
Nah, they get nothing.
They get like half of it, maybe.
Yeah. But I try to think about when I was a kid, it came up in a conversation a while back, and I'm like, how often do we go to restaurants? Thinking. I'm like, we didn't go that often. Like, it was a special occasion for us to go to, like, a restaurant as kids. I'm talking about, like, the early 90s.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It had to be, like, either a birthday, it had to be, like, a name day. There was some precedent of us going to a restaurant.
And this is here, right?
Yeah, here.
Yeah. Okay. Were
Right?
you born here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But, like, that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Growing up in the 80s and 90s, you sort of had a reason to go. Like, there had to be a reason to go.
An occasion.
Yeah.
Not just, hey, let's catch up.
But I can't think of any positive experiences at restaurants as a kid. All I can think about is the fight that happened when the bill came. Dude, I'm talking like 4 or 5 grown men standing up in a restaurant with like wads of 50s and 100s.
Yeah.
Because it was the paper notes as well. Like, it's iconic. And they're arguing.
And the angrier you get, the more you love them.
Dude.
Like, that's how you show love.
And I'd be sitting there like, why are these people fighting?
Yeah. Because if you don't yell louder than the other person, then they love you more. It's like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? Which is why I stopped doing it, which is honestly why I was like, this is stupid. I know I know they love me. They know I love them. Let's not do this. Hey, bro, did you just say you're shouting? Because go for it. I'll get the next one. And if they try to do it again, I'll be like, hey, man, let me get it. Yeah. And if they still insist, I'll let them do it again. But I'll obviously keep tabs, and I'm like, hey, I owe them this, and I'll get them something, or I'll pay for the next one. But I've stopped arguing about it. Just, it's a waste of time. And yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with people doing it. I'm not judging, but I'm done. I'm done.
I got a mortgage. I don't deal with this.
I don't even have one. I'm done.
I was going to ask you, your smoke shack that you had set up, did you migrate any of that to your place now?
I did, actually. A few of the things still exist now.
Is it in like a specific den? Like you had then?
It's in a room now. So it's
Is that the studio room that I saw at your place?
Yes. So we've moved from that house, actually.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, since you've been, we've moved from that house in late last year.
Yeah.
Just before getting married.
Yeah.
And the new house has a third room, same as before, and then that's again the studio room. And like I would say a quarter of the items in that room are from the original.
Did you refill it or did you just empty the room out?
What do you mean?
As in, you said a quarter of the rooms are still from the original room.
Yeah, so the original room was very small. There wasn't much stuff.
You've added shit.
I've added a lot of stuff.
You mean that a quarter of the room now is represented by the shit from back then?
A quarter of the room is from the original room.
Oh, yeah, well, dude, you look around this room, man. Half of this stuff.
This is sick. It doesn't make for very good listening to talk about this room, but this is mad.
Half of this shit is from like either my childhood bedroom
Just
or
accumulations.
Yeah, man.
That's mad.
Well, I didn't have money for half of this shit, so I had to work with what I had.
I picked up a couch off the road for the first place.
Dude, that couch there, $40.
Fuck
all leather, man.
Nice.
Yeah, some dude was cleaning
leather couch.
Dude, some dude was cleaning it out from his garage.
Yeah,
and it used to have 4 cushions on the back of it, and he had pet rabbits or something, and one of them ate like the cushion itself.
Oh yeah.
And I looked at it, and even without the 4th cushion, it still looks fine. Like you can't, because they're really big.
Yeah. And
he's like, "Do you want the original?" I go, "No, mate, keep it. Like it's fine." How much? 40? I'm like, "Yeah, sweet." Pull my mate, go get your trailer, man. We're going to Mentone.
If you want another one, I know a guy that's we're getting rid of one.
Dude. Literally, man. But yeah, so that room that I saw, was that a studio setup? Because you had like guitars and shit. That's what I remember. Like blew my mind.
Yeah. Why did that blow your mind?
Because you had some sick axes, man.
Yeah.
I've always wanted my guitars on display like that, and I never have.
Yeah.
I didn't have, number one, I didn't have the room.
You can do a wall setup right here.
Well, I'm actually moving into another office.
Oh,
so
you are?
I'm considering, because I don't do recording from here.
Sure.
So I'm considering setting it up there. But I never had the room, man, because I was always like working out of a bedroom, working out of this. I never had a third dedicated space.
Yep. That was very important for us when we were first moving in together. You know, like we were together for like a few years, me and Ali, and I was like, I would like a 3-bedroom. So one room can be for us, another room. Actually, I wanted 2, but I wanted a house, and there's not many 2-bedroom houses. So like, we'll go for 3. And I was like, I just want a room that I can make a studio, because when we moved out of the original house from the shed, we moved into a 3-bedroom where one of the rooms became the studio again, and a few more things added on. And then we moved, I moved out of that. I lived with my mum in that house, and I moved out of that and moved in with my wife now. And we got a 3-bedroom and made that 3rd bedroom, and it was perfect. It was like a perfectly designed room for it almost. I was like, this is sick. So now that we moved again, cool. 3rd bedroom, studio. So
what do you actually use the studio for?
It's a bit of a multi-purpose room. So
multi-purpose.
It is.
So you conduct seminars.
Yeah, I do. I teach some webinars through there. Nah.
The AA group meets here.
So I'll do my audio stuff through that. I'll play music. I'll just play in that room. It's a nice space to be in.
Yeah.
Just like this room. It's an inviting environment.
Yeah.
It brings out like some sort of peace, and like, you know, like you can just sit there and be alone, jam out.